Hi everyone. So today we're going to have a look at the AI assistant in AutoCAD. And we are looking at what it can do, what it can't do, how it can help us. So basically, if you've ever gotten stuck in AutoCAD, hunting through help menus, searching the forum, or just not sure which command does what and what you need, this video is for you. Autodesk has built an AI-powered assistant directly into AutoCAD, and today I'm going to show you exactly what it can do. So how do we activate this? Firstly, you'll see over here in this little button, we can click over here, and this will bring up this palette, which is the Autodesk Assistant. And in this Autodesk Assistant, we have some functions here like chat, we have chat history, we have prompt library, and we have some settings, and then we have the tech preview. If we go to the settings, here we're able to switch this on and off. And this basically expands the assistant capabilities as they become available, and you can turn this off at any time. So we'd like to have that on, helping us with all our different prompts that we're going into. Now, the AI environment here gives us some examples of the questions you can ask. Now, you need to think about this as if you're standing outside looking in a window into the room, and basically that's going to help you understand the capabilities of AI Assistant. It's not going to do everything for you. So that's why I say, think of it as you're looking into a room, standing outside in a window, you can see things in, and that's what AI is doing. It can see your model, it can see the data and information, and through your different prompts, it'll either help you do something, show you how to do something, but not necessarily always do everything for you. So let's go and test this out and have a look. It's a conversational AI interface, and it allows us to go in and ask questions in plain language and get responses back. We can summarize these, we can get quick answers, and then we can ask it to expand and go deeper if we need to. So let's have a look at here. Asking it a simple question like, for example, if you've forgotten how to do something. So I can go here and say, how do I create a line? And you will see that it's going to start thinking. It's having a look at that question, thinking about it. Then it's executing this, looking through the help content, going through a process of the information that it has at hand to give me an answer. So here it starts giving me an answer. We're going to wait for it to go through, and we can scroll up or down, and then when the print becomes bold, you can see the answer clearly here. So how do I create a line in AutoCAD? Using the line command. It's given me here start a line command, showing me the different prompts that I can use, and then to push enter, then going deeper into how to actually do this. So that's great. It's giving us a how-to. What we can do here is we can say copy response. So we could copy this and paste it into a Word document, for example, if we want to keep a sort of trail of a learning process. We can refresh this if we're not happy, or retry if we're not happy with the answer it's given us, and then provide feedback to Autodesk to say that this was positive feedback or negative feedback. So in the development process, they can have a look at changing things and making things better. But let's have a look here if I give it a more specific question, like, for example, do I have blocks in this model? And now it's going to go through, and it's thinking, and it's checking the information on my current drawing, pulling the information through for me, and there's our answer. So you can see already, yes, and there it is. So here it has provided me with the table. So there's a couple of things I can do with this table now. I can take this information and I can say copy as table. And then what that allows me to do is a few things. I can go to right click and say paste from clipboard over here. And I can say, oopsie, I can say clipboard paste. And if I say paste, I'm able to paste it down, and it gives me this sort of format. Again, useful, but not that useful. So the other thing I can do is I can go to Word and I can paste it here. And then basically this I could copy and then go back to AutoCAD and paste this information in here, and just so that you can see. And I'm basically using this as an object. And that gives me the possibility to use this in that manner. The other thing I could do is I could export that information to a CSV file. And then by exporting it as a CSV, I could then, once I've got that information in Excel, I could basically go in and insert a table here with the right amount of columns and information or whatever, but here from a data link, and then actually create that data link and pull that information in through that method. So not actually doing it for me, but assisting me to get closer to where I wanted to be, rather than me going and actually saying, say, table, for example, and then, I don't know, just using this information here, and then going and placing this down and then starting to say block name, and so on and so on and so on, and you create all your different bits of information. So it's helping me just doing my job a little bit quicker, but not again necessarily doing anything specifically for me or taking my abilities away from me. Another quick note to make mention of, probably I should have done in the beginning, is that AI generated responses may be incomplete or inaccurate, so review results before use. So it's important to know that you can't rely on it 100% to be accurate 100%. They still have that disclosure to protect themselves, like all AI functions and platforms. So yeah, that's something just to remember. So it's giving me many ways of doing something. I'm going to go now and ask another question. Can you highlight all the chair blocks? Let's see what it does. So it's going through, and let's have a look, and there we go. So here it's actually collected this information for me, selected and highlighted these chairs. So I can see these little grips, and I can see here as well in the properties it's saying block reference 66 of these have been found. So it is easy now for me to go and do something like either remove this information, I can just push the delete key, or move the positions or rotate them or whatever the case may be. Copy them, for example. So if I had to go here and say copy, let's take them from here and copy them across to there. You can see that it was quick and easy for me to do with the use of this. I would not, I'm just going to say undo, and let's go and see, I've lost that there. So please reselect the chair block. So to go and do its thing again. And then basically what I'm going to show you is I'm going to here now say, can you delete the chair blocks for me? Let's see if it'll do that. Highlighting, it's got them highlighted. And here it's basically come back with a response. It understands what I want to do, but it doesn't have the capabilities of doing that. However, it is showing me the process of what I need to do to be able to delete that information. Okay, so let's have a look at what else we've got in here. So we also have the chat history. And in the chat history here, if this is something that I want to go back to all the time, I can actually pin this and keep it at the top. If it's something I don't need, I can delete. And I can rename this chat as well. So if I wanted to, I could go and say, how do I create a line? And I could give it a new name if I wanted to. And again, here, I can also export this chat and put this in a collection of a Microsoft document or whatever the case is. I also have the option here of delete all and select chats, etc. So we can create things that record this in a way that we can come back to it. Prompt library If I wanted to, I could save those prompts, like I said, and then it'll be placed in this prompt library so that when I'm in the chat area and I want to go back to something, we are able then to go through and we're basically pulling that information through from the information that we've saved. And then on settings, I did show you this already with regards to that. So let's just go and click in here and just delete, not delete, just deactivate all the selected items. And let's also have a look here at trying to learn more. So for example, I could ask questions like, what do layers do for me? And then this is going to give me some information that I can then learn from a particular feature just by asking AI. Instead of me leaving the platform and going into a help file, this is allowing me to stay within the AutoCAD platform and question and find information, as opposed to going up here to the help menu and then leaving this environment, then coming back, etc. So yes, here it's giving me the information with regards to what layers do, etc. And I can ask for, let's go and just say retry. And that's basically me saying, I'm not happy with that answer. Give me some more information. And it's going through and extracting more information. So you can see it's busy working in the background. But sometimes you want a quicker answer and you want to actually learn properly, and that's where you can use this to create information according to a learning process you want to go through. How can I use the AI feature? Again, a question for me that I want to place in there for learning purposes. And it's going to give me some information based on that now. So as you can see, the prompting that you put in there, simple conversations, is no particular way or at this point with regards to how you ask things. Just bear in mind, the more specific you are for certain things, the easier and better it will be to give you responses back that can actually assist and help you. So you'll see here, based on search results, here's how you can use the AI feature in AutoCAD. And it goes through and it's giving me a whole lot of information here. And then it is highlighting some links that I can go and have some further investigations or look into in more detail. Yeah, so basically here's why this is so important for us as AutoCAD users, is actually because it does matter on our day-to-day. You're not breaking your flow to go externally. As I said, you're getting your answers straight here right now. I can see what's going up. And that's pretty much what the AI assistant is, and it helps you while you're working. If we have a little bit of a look into here, for example, I maybe want to go and ask it, what objects, or let's do this rather. Can you create a schedule for the doors in this model? And let's see if it now can, oh, that spelling is great. Let's see if it deals with that spelling. Let's see. Oh, it's clever enough to say, okay, that's been spelt wrong, but it's assuming that's what I mean. It can think of it, which is great because my spelling's not that great after all. So let's see. It's coming there. It's going through its process. It's going in and it's looking at what I have asked it to do as far as creating a schedule. So let's see the limits of what it can do here. There we go. It's produced a door schedule. Perfect. I have found 45 doors related blocks in your drawing, and it's created a schedule of which then I can go and copy as a table or export as a CSV. So that's pretty nifty. I'm liking that. So you can see it's not replacing me. It's just giving me a faster and better way for me to work in my AutoCAD platform. I think it's important to remember, I did hear something really interesting the other day. AI is not there to replace me or you, but someone who is working with AI probably will replace me. So let's get working with our AI. Remember, this is very new to AutoCAD, to the Autodesk environment. It is being developed all the time. They're looking at doing improvements and changing things and making it work better. But it is very similar to any sort of AI chat environment, giving us these kind of controls with regards to copy, retry, or for example, if you've asked a question, try and word it differently so that you get better results from the system. And then you're able to obviously chat history, save your information to the prompt library if you want to use the same things again and again. And you're then able here to also create a new chat if needs be. And then this information will go to history. Yep. So that's it from the Autodesk AI environment. Very interesting stuff. Something also to note is if you are working between AutoCAD and Revit, the AI assistant is also cross-platform, so you can pick up and carry on from the next platform. If you're working between Revit and AI, you have that capability there as well. So yeah, good luck everyone. Enjoy and get going with your AI assistant, which is there to get you going faster and just help you that little bit easier. So yeah, enjoy.